Hey Gemini, how are you guys? Welcome back to the journey of self. We are continuing on our journey to find out what is standing in our way, what is stopping us from getting what we want, and what we need to do to correct these blockages and to manifest what we would like in our life. Okay, so I have already done this spread at least once before for you, more like 4 times, but right, I'll say once. But I've done this spread over and over again for a reason. I like to do these types of spreads over and over again for a reason, to see what consistently comes out again and again. Those are going to be the biggest and the things that I put the most emphasis on. There's a reason that Spirit keeps pulling them out of the deck and keeps illuminating them. They need to really be addressed, okay? So the first card that I got here is the 10 of Wands. Excuse me, the 9 of Wands. I don't always show my cards. Today, I feel like I might show you your cards. I don't know. I don't always do that. It's weird because I learned to obviously read tarot traditionally like everyone else. And I know what the cards mean. But there are times when the combinations and the way the cards come out and the way the pictures look on the cards, the way they look, they change, and different things come out to me and different things fall back into the background for me. So they kind of give me clues. So pulling them out all the time, sometimes I just know it's a self-conscious thing, because I know that the card is saying something to me that it may not be saying to other people. This is the reason why I'm able to read cards, because I see the same pictures all the time, different meanings every time, different people, different meanings. I'm going to do it. It's funny because this actually did come out. This idea that the cards keep trying to tell me. Okay, I'm going to tell you what the theme pretty much is of what's going on with you. Okay. You guys are at some type of rebirth place. And it's almost like you're just getting over something. You're coming through some things. And that's we pretty much all are, right? We're either kicking something out of our way, as I always say, jumping over something like a hurdle, or stumbling over the same thing. It's only really like 3 options, right? So the theme of your reading constantly keeps being that you're at a place, a rebirth. I would like to say crossroads, but it's not really like a major crossroads, because, it could be major for some of us, but it's actually, in a way it is major, but I don't want to say it's major, because the crossroads is between, you get to choose. Your cards are pretty much saying that right now you have a choice. You have a choice between love and money. Which one is more important to you? And when we talk about money, we're not, and I really shouldn't have said money, love and independent stability. Love and independent stability. When we talk about this love, right, we're talking about the type of love that is going to heal some of those emotional hurts that you've experienced prior. And we're talking about the type of stability, abundantness, that is going to make you sure of exactly what you bring to the table, who you are, stand in your power, and make you self-sufficient. Let me tell you, we all have the ability to have all these things. We're not choosing between one or the other. Only people, when we think of things in our body, like in our body, not in our soul, not in our heart, but in our mind, we tend to think that there's a choice to be made. No, there's no choice to be made. You can have it all. Me, myself, I have it all. And when I get really crazy with, following my passion, because you guys, I can tell here that there is some passion coming up. Okay. There's going to be some movement and there's going to be some passion in your life. And that's what you're getting to choose. You're getting to choose between these two passions. As a matter of fact, I am going to show these two cards, okay? The last time that I did your reading, it was the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles, okay? Just as kind of like in the same type of layout, right? So you're going to get a chance to choose what you want to focus on right now. And when you do that, it's going to be extremely, extremely fruitful. Okay? It's going to be extremely fruitful. Whatever it is, like you touch, whatever you choose, whatever the road is you choose to take, it's going to be hit with the Midas. It's going to be hit with the Midas. So don't even worry. Like, you definitely have this in a bag. Okay? You definitely have this in a bag. The thing is this. You're going to have to make choices. Okay? One thing that definitely keeps coming out, you're going to have to make choices, and you're not going to be able to be in your head about it. This is actually, I just saw something come up. It flipped out out of the deck for you. This is this. This is this. Now, we know that in the Suit of Wands, it's about the things that we do. It's about like the working class, right? So your passion is going to come in a way, like when I read these cards, just me personally, I look at the wands. Your passion is going to come. It's about you. It's about what you want. It's about what you do with this newfound opportunity. You can turn it into a love benefit, or you can turn it into a stability benefit. Now, when we look at these two pages, you have to understand a page is a very young energy. So whatever this is, it is just beginning. It is just beginning, okay? And here we have this, the Two of Coins. I see you trying to juggle these things. Don't even. And you're in your head way too much about it. Way too much about it. No reason. Balance comes from within. It's not what you do. What you do is not going to necessarily balance you. Your balance is going to come from within. Okay? It's going to come from an assurity in yourself that you're on the right path. It's going to come from an assurity that you can have it all. That is the most important thing that I need you to understand. You can have it all. So you're not choosing. Okay, it's not that you're choosing, like, do I want this, do I want that? No, you're choosing, which one am I going to do now? Really is what it is, right? As I did the last reading, I did see, I'm trying to look at what I wrote. I did see that there are some people who actually may actually be getting married. Okay, there's some people who actually may be getting married. Okay, there are some people who are, experiencing a broken heart. So the one thing I will say is when you are experiencing a broken heart, or when you are experiencing something of an emotional nature that made you feel less than, or even something of a physical nature that made you feel less than, the next thing you should probably choose is self, because you can't get the love you want if you're not giving it to yourself. Okay? So if you're not healing from these things and you're not jumping over these things. Now, how do you do that, right? People always say, oh, just get over it. Okay, how do you do that? Well, the first thing you can do is start by accepting the things that happen as lessons. Understanding that they had as much control as you had. And any extra control that they had over you, you gave them. So still, you had the control. You chose. Unconditional love for ourselves and others goes a long way. Why? Because we do make mistakes. And sometimes we can't forgive ourselves for these mistakes. And we can't forgive the other people who took advantage of us while we were making these mistakes, or vice versa, or whatever, however you want to flip it. Unconditional love for yourself and unconditional love for others. Another message that keeps echoing through the deck as I do your readings is gratitude. Okay? Is gratitude. I do feel like, I was feeling like a lot of you were trying to avoid rebirth in yourself. But you know what? I don't think that's the case. I think you guys are actually going through the rebirth as we speak. Okay, there are some things, some ideas that are changing. You are on a different path than you were the year before. I'm not 2017, but 2016, right? Because we just got into this year. You're on a completely different path. You're in a completely different mind space than you were when the year began, 2017, and when 2016 was actually going on as well. Completely different mind space. You're thinking about things differently. And I feel like you're looking toward the future in a much brighter way. Okay, I do see that, once again, thinking, resting, retreating, right? Sleeping, whatever. But your reading is marked, by the sun. Like I told you, you're going to be fine. You're going to be happy. You just have to decide clearly what it is that you want. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the cards and we're going to ask the cards, because that was what you were trying to either get over or what was stopping you from getting what you want. That was that portion. Okay? So now, okay? Now we're going to go back and see what it is you need to do. I did also see, we talk about the King of Pentacles, right? This particular portion of the reading, this right here, what you need to do, this is reading to me this. Because I told you that the King of Pentacles came out before, right? It was the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. That lets me know that there were two, roads to be taken in a way, and their themes were. Right now, we know the King of Pentacles, stable businessman, knows exactly what he's doing, moves calculated and practical. He knows exactly who he is and what he's doing. Okay. Now, this card here, the card of choices. Okay. This is bottom of the deck, by the way. So this is like almost like the theme in this particular segment of it. Like I'm actually trying to see what you can do to unblock yourself. This came out along with this, okay? And the thing that kind of illuminated most to me is what's in this cup right here in the middle, in between the crown reef, okay, and the sandcastle, right? Under the red, white, glowy thing, right? So that would be right here. Okay, this. That to me looks like jewels, money, things of that nature. Okay. That stuck out to me the most. And that lets me know that there are some situations in your life that you need to let come to an end in order to make the right choice. That would be the choice, to let some things crumble. Okay. What that would be, I don't have the details. This is not necessarily a career reading. Okay. The next thing that I see, like I said before, for me, this is a marriage card. For me, this is also a celebration card. For me, this is a stability card. Okay? This is a stability card for me in a lot of ways. Okay? So, like I said, some of you will be getting married. That's happening for some of you. And that is your choice. And that is something that is going to bring you a lot of balance. Okay? And that's fine. And then there are others that came out after we shuffled, right? And that came out. And then this is here. This is here. Some of you feel like you have to defend yourself, or you're worried about your reputation. Because in the other reading, the devil came out, right? And the devil speaks of things that bind us, things that hold us back, such as addictions, obsessions, anything that's not for our greater good that we can't shake. Okay. The devil speaks of that. Toxic situations, things like that. That's what was, I saw that before when I shuffled. And when I did, this was with it. Okay. So I'm beginning to think that some of you have transformed. Maybe you're coming out of addiction. Maybe you're coming out of some type of something that actually threatened your reputation. Okay. And now you're trying to figure out how you're going to get past what people like to refer to as the haters. How you're going to get past them. How you're going to get over them. How you're going to repair this. If people know you to be this, bad reputation, how are you going to get over this? The way you're going to get over this is to, I'm about to say, mind your business, do you. Don't worry about what they think. My mother always says, don't worry about what people say. Just don't let it be true. So here we go. If they say, oh, you're nothing but a drug addict. That's all you ever be. That's all you ever were. Is that true today? If that's the case and it's not true today, don't worry about it. Those are mistakes from yesterday. Unconditional love for yourself, unconditional love for others. That's what I have to say about that. Don't worry about defending your reputation. It'll take care of itself. And you have to learn to forgive yourself for whatever you may have done. Okay? So that's that. And I feel like that is saying, also too, this was connected to marriage. I had to bring that up. And then I brought up the whole addiction thing. Yes, that came out as well. Okay. But this is also, to me, this is saying, go ahead, forge your bonds with people. Go ahead, forge your brotherhood, sisterhoods. Go ahead, be merry. Go ahead and celebrate. Go ahead and move on with your life. It's okay. Spirit is saying that it is okay to do that at this point, because we can't keep living and this card falls out again. This card falls out again. So whoever I was talking to about that, whoever resonates with that, it's okay. That's all I can say. I mean, for me, that was confirmation that wasn't such a random thought. Like, I don't like to, be dark, but I didn't want it. I don't know. It just fell out again. So here we are. It's here. Like, it's obvious. Okay. Because we talked about that. All right. So let's see what else we need to do. I don't know. It's also telling me that some of you are afraid to almost like smile, to almost like enjoy yourself because you feel like you don't deserve to. Well, let me tell you something. That's not the case. We all do. That's why we're here. To enjoy all the fineries of life. The pain, the pleasure, the smiling, the laughing, the crying. It's all part of it. It's all part of it. And we learn and enjoy from all of it. See? Yeah. Okay. So let's remember, right? In the beginning, I said to you that you had choices, right? Some of you may be stuck in your head about this, but once again, it's all in your head. You're the one stuck. You're the one entrapped. You're not really trapped. Not really. Okay. I don't know if I said this, but the Queen of Swords came out earlier. I probably did mention that. And now, once again, as I reshuffled, matter of fact, I said, oh, no. Okay. She actually didn't come out this time. Okay. She actually didn't come out this time. But the King of Swords came out this time, and this talks about cutting out things that really are not working for you. And also too, this came out. Okay. This talks about new opportunity and things of that nature. And this came out after it. So cutting things out, like what you have to do to get that. Cut things out. Okay. Anything that's not serving you. If people are talking crap about you and what you're doing with your life, or if people don't like the choices that you're making, you need to go and find people who do. And if it's a negative choice and your own conscience is telling you that it's a wrong choice, maybe you shouldn't ignore those people. They probably do care for you. But I'm talking about, like, if you're deeply in love with someone who treats you right and they want to take it to the next level, don't worry about what other people say. If you're deeply committed to being sober this time, or deeply committed to being sober at all, and people are talking crap about when you were not, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Those are the people that need to be cut out. And this is what it means when we talk about cutting out things. We talked earlier too about some type of financial ties or things that involve your stability having to be cut out in order for you to advance. So that's like twice already, 3 times for even myself, that we're talking about cutting out things that are not serving you. What else? Okay. Those are the things that the cards had to say about your blockages, things that are stopping you from getting you what you want, right? We're going to actually get some more cards. Okay. The Temperance card did come out, and the Wheel of Fortune card also did come out. The Wheel of Fortune card was actually attached to the 8 of Cups. So that lets me know that you guys definitely need to be releasing some karmic cycles. You've been going through things that were part of your learning experience. They weren't meant to scar you and to hold you back for the rest of your life. They were part of your learning experience. I just told someone the other day, you can't help anyone unless you've been through something in order to be able to give experience and insight. And, helping others is the reason that we're all here. We all have our gifts, whether you're a teacher, whether you're, into animals, whatever you do, whether you love to make jewelry, whatever you do, you're here for a reason, and you have your special thing, and you're interacting with people and things of that nature, and you have something, special to offer. So never underestimate the reason you were here or what you've been through, because it taught you a very powerful lesson that you needed in order to be able to give it to someone else and say, hey, I see you in a hellish place. Let me show you the light. How do you direct somebody out of hell if you've never been there? Okay. All right. Now, since these cards are telling me and talking to me about marriage, I am going to pull a couple of love oracle cards because I want to also be able to speak to that portion of your life. All right. Now, this is crazy. Okay. If I look at this card, I see that a lot of you are going to be choosing your spirituality or your heart. Okay. A lot of you are going to be doing that. There are others that are going to choose also, their stability and the way, they see themselves in the world. They're almost like material economical approach, but it does also involve spirit. You can't, go out and be fruitful if you don't feel abundant inside, or if you don't feel fruitful inside. Okay. This first card is called Choices. Okay. It says that when you accept responsibility for your life and the choices that you make, you begin to tap into the power of your own spirit. You'll be able to listen and appreciate the intuitive wisdom that is inside of you and apply it positively and constructively to the outside world. I just said that, and then all of a sudden. Okay. Soul power. Always remember, you're a soul that comes with a body and not a body that comes with a soul. Your soul is your true essence, and you have unlimited supply of soul power at your command whenever you want it. When I think of the soul, I like to think of the universe, and I like to think of how we're all intertwined and how each soul is just an expression of the same thing, the universe. So when that card says that you have unlimited soul power, I like to think of the universe and just being able to download it whenever I want, just being able to take it in like whenever I want. I pretty much do. It's my physical body that I have to treat with a little bit of care because it's not as strong. It's not made to last forever. This next card is called A Father's Love. A father love for his son or daughter never dies. The strength gained from such love is often and unquantifiable, in that it can be tapped into at any time for whatever reason. Whether your father is still here or has passed, a father's love is one of the strongest bonds any of us will ever experience. A father's love. I don't know if you are the father or the child, but, if you are, mourning your dad, what I know myself personally, I, had to mourn my father at one point. And what used to help me was I used to just think of him as a superhero he was. I mean, to most people, their dad is their superhero, and your dad makes you feel invincible. And that's, I don't know, maybe that's a personal thing. I don't know. But for me, it was a very real thing. And that's the power that I kind of tap into when I have my dad, when I think of my dad. And I know that my dad would never let anything happen to me. So he's probably like, I imagine that my father, like, got on the very front line of my spiritual guides. Like, no, listen, I'm going to tell you guys what to do from now on because I'm here. I know her. And you know what? She's the most important thing. Like, I just really feel like that. Like, I really feel like that. And I don't know why I'm sharing that, but a father's love, okay? I don't know if you are the dad or if you are the child. However it goes, if you were the child, you were to think the way your dad used to make you feel, and that's going to empower you. If you were the father, I don't know. It's like maybe you've gone through some things that haven't been able to be as good as you could. I don't know. But if you're the father, just know that dads are superheroes. Okay? And you don't have to do much to be the superhero. Just be present. Okay? And also to remember, if you feel like you've done something, and your children suffer, just understand that the love between the child and a parent is unconditional and it's strong. It's not much that can break that. I'm sure they're just waiting to see you again. Okay. Self-sabotage. This is the next and the last card in reference to the spirit messages. It says self-sabotage. It says when you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your goals. It's the inner voice that derails you. I always say that, I don't know, like when I think of the devil, like the devil is that voice inside of you that tells you not even to dream of certain things because you'll never have them. That's the devil. And then you listen to this voice. It leads you to a path that is not yours. Because this voice is only into negativity. You are all light. You are a light creature. We all are. Our soul is a light. It's light. It's pure energy. It's pure light. Right? We're all made of that. Like the universe. Right? So you're a light creature. So this person tells you this inside voice tells you, oh, well, don't even worry about that. Don't even go for that promotion. You can't have that. It's too good for you. You're not good enough. And you're like, forget it. I don't even think I'm going to put in my application. I don't want to feel stupid when I don't get it. Okay. So now, like, you probably could have had that. You just never know. If it came into your mind, if you can imagine it, you can have it. Or else you wouldn't have been able to imagine it. Hold on to that. But anyway, so this self-sabotage, right? This voice, like I refer to this voice as the devil. This is the voice that is like, it haunts you. It haunts your dreams. It helps you derail your dreams, and it helps you never to become who you should be. And that's a hell. That's a form of living in hell. Wasted potential. Deferred dreams. These are the things that haunt us and keep us awake at night. These are the things that people remember in their last days and regret that they never did this or they never did that or they never took advantage of this or they never took advantage of that. I've actually seen this up close and personal. It actually changed the entire trajectory of my life. For a short time in my life, I was a caregiver and I would see people at the end. And that was actually a blessing. because I got to see where the mind and the heart goes when it knows that it is almost no more, right? Not the soul. Because generally, from what I've experienced, people are generally happy after they die. They rest. They get explanations for things that they didn't know, right? But that in-between time, between being extremely sick, not even here almost, and then like just right before that, when a person just kind of knows like they don't have much time left, or they look over their life and they start to do like a culmination and just say, wow, why didn't I ever do that? Or what was stopping me? And then they start to realize how silly the things and the roadblocks that they thought were in their way were. It's called regret. That's called regret. And it's strong. And I think regret is worse than the shame or embarrassment of trying for something that you don't get. Regret is worse than that because it's never knowing if you could have, if you tried. All right. Now, with that being said, this card came out. A couple of cards came out. Okay, guys. I was wondering if this card was going to come out. Okay. I was wondering if this card was going to come out. All right. And it did. It definitely did. So we have a couple of cards here from the Romance Angels. We have 3 cards. Okay. The first one is release your ex. Okay. Release your ex. It says the time has come to clear your energy. That's one. So if you're not walking away from something and you feel like you should and you don't really want to let go of, certain karmic cycles, just understand that if you don't, it's probably going to hinder you. It's probably going to be one of those things that you just have to kick out of your way, or one of those things that you just stumble over every day. You know how that goes. And then it says love yourself first. I feel like you guys are doing this though. Like, I feel like you guys, this is a question. To be or not to be, this is the question I feel like you guys are actually experiencing at this time. It says, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Okay. So definitely do that. This is the last card. It says healing family issues. Okay. It says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay. Let's just remember that the way we learn to love and the way we learn to see ourselves in the world has a lot to do with our childhood and a lot to do with the way we were raised. And if you're still holding on to things from your childhood, you should definitely, maybe speak to someone, maybe ask yourself why you feel the way you feel in reference to some of the things that you experience. Your life is unique. You don't have to worry about other people and the way they were raised and if it's the same. You were raised the way you were raised so you could be who you are today. Everyone's special and unique. Everybody needs their own type of care. Now, I hear someone saying, because I can just hear it, someone saying, well, I didn't get the care I needed. It doesn't make you any less. Actually, the fact that you want care, if you want care, give care. And it will bring it right back into your life. Okay? That's number one. But the fact that you want care or want to give care or even care lets me know that maybe you didn't need it. You still seem to be a pretty good person. Okay? You still seem to be. You have those. You want this though. You know these things exist, right? Just because I've never seen a defibrillator, I know it exists, and if I see someone who may be in need of one, I'm going to go look for one. Thank God, right? So if you feel like you need care and love, give that out. It'll come back to you. Forgive your past. If you feel like you weren't treated or you didn't get what you deserved to be who you could have been or be who you are, I'm here to tell you that it is the way it should be. And if you're thinking about making changes, you probably should. That's why they're on your mind. Well, that's it, Gemini. I love you, Geminis. Like, I love Geminis. I have Gemini friends. One of my parents is a Gemini. I love Geminis. So you guys just have a great rest of your day and just enjoy yourselves.